Hello Jim, today I will be presenting my research on the potential of exporting Winterfell's ice wine to Germany. So let's look at the agenda. It's pretty straightforward. I'll go through the company background, product, then the target country, which is Germany, go through some environmental scan, the market entry strategy, operations overview, financial forecast and risk, and then finally give my recommendations. Um, to give you a brief company background, Winterfell Wine Merchants is a fictional company based out of Mississauga, Ontario. It was founded in 1993 by Edward and Benjamin Stark. Some of the products include red wine, white wine, sparkling wine, and of course ice wine. It has wineries. It currently operates wineries in Niagara, Ontario, and Fraser Valley, British Columbia. It recently also purchased a winery from Samuel Pyramid in 2017 for a huge amount of 75 million Canadian dollars. Its current export markets include US, Colombia, Japan, China, where it exports ice wine, not any other type of wine. Ice wine is pretty popular in terms of exports for Winterfell, and they've stuck with that strategy. Revenues are at $206 million for 2017. It employs over 150 people across Canada, and it also won the Canadian Wine Producer of the Year in 2016. Uh, product. The product that we are looking to export is ice wine. Ice wine is a sweet desert wine. Canadian Vintners Association describes it as only wine that is made exclusively from grapes naturally frozen on the vine, can be marketed as ice wine or ice wine, however you want to say it. Uh, so, how it's made is that the grapes are allowed to freeze at -8 degrees Celsius, and then once harvested, they are pressed to get concentrated juices. These juices are really concentrated and really sweet. Um, and this is because the water in the grape is frozen. That's the whole point of calling it ice wine. So yeah, so because of this, the yield that comes out is just 15% of what you would get from producing regular table wine. That's what makes ice wine more expensive and exquisite and luxury drink to have. The target market is Germany, as I mentioned before. The forecasted growth rate of the wine market in Germany between 2018 to 2022 is forecasted to be at 2.8%. This is the figure we use to forecast revenues for that same period, which we will see in the financial section later. And we can also see it in the report. Uh, Germany is a net importer of wine. Although there are many German wine producers, the demand in Germany is quite high. As you can see, the per capita consumption is at 24 liters. It has high household disposable income at over 33,000 US dollars, which is higher than the OECD average. Then there's also CETA, that is Canadian European Union Trade Agreement, which, when ratified, it still has some countries. I think Belgium has not ratified it yet. Uh, so once it's all done and ratified, it will eliminate all tariffs on wine exports to the European Union. Now we look at some environmental scan. Political scenario in Germany is a democratic country. Um, it has strong anti-corruption laws, and it enforces those laws also pretty stringently. It has signed the UN Pact for Anti-Corruption uh, in 2003, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry, I blanked out on that. So yeah, the corruption. It's in my report. The corruption perception index, it ranks at 11. The corruption perception index is by the group Transparency International group. So at 11, it's a pretty good rank, and low level of corruption. In terms of recent trends, right-wing extremism has seen an increase, and also popularity of protectionism and protectionist policies. So it's not really a good trend for someone looking to export to Germany. Uh, but yeah, Winterfell will have to keep an eye on that before making a decision. Uh, Economically, has one of the most resilient economies. Even during the European debt crisis, German economy kept on growing. This is because of flexible labor force and highly innovative SMEs. Or also the ease of doing business in Germany. As you can see, World Bank ease of doing business ranking, it ranks at 24, which is quite high. That is among 190 nations. So that's a good rank to have. It has one of the lowest unemployment rates in Europe. Brexit will definitely have an adverse effect on the German economy. It is expected to slow it down by 0.3%. Mm, Also, it will affect the automotive industry because UK is one of the largest trading partners of Germany, and the automotive prices are expected to go above 21%. Sorry, are expected to increase by 21%. Sorry about that. Uh, Legal. So the legal requirements, apart from CETA that I mentioned before, uh, are pertaining to labeling and the certification required. For labeling, you have to provide the country of origin. It has to be in the local language. It has to have the actual alcoholic strength. It has to have the importer's details. It has to have, if contains more than 10 milligram of sulfite per liter, it has to mention that on the bottle. It also needs to have a certificate and analysis report of wine from a certified oenologist. This is just a requirement not just in Germany, but a requirement for exporting or importing wine in the European Union. Then the minimum drinking age in Germany for wine and beer is a bit lenient. For spirits, it's 18 years, but for wine and beer, it is 16 years. Socio-cultural aspects. Uh, See and do are the words for you in Germany, but for someone that ranks higher to you in hierarchy or someone you've just met, you would use see, which is a more formal version of saying you. And for everyone else, you say do. Um, then Germany has a strong healthcare system. Around 97% of the population is covered under the universal health plan in Germany. The remaining population are either high net worth individuals and high ranking government officials and politicians. So they have their own private plan. Uh, Efficiency, punctuality, accuracy are all highly valued in Germany. So while doing business with them, this is what we have to keep in mind. The market entry strategy will be direct exporting. We will look to directly export it to Germany, where the distributor will then send it across to various stores. Uh, Price, as you can see, the cost to distributor is 69 Canadian dollars per liter, which is around 45 euros per liter. The bottle, that's not per bottle. The bottles are usually around 375 ml. Place and promotion, since we are not dealing with the end consumer, we are looking at uh, we are looking to attract good distributors that align with our that have the capabilities that align with our objectives. So for that we will be attending wine and spirits trade shows, which are quite popular in Germany, and also directly contacting them by contacting the trade commissioner and the wine associations in Germany and the Canadian embassy in Germany. Operations overview. The wine will be exported in containers on the ship, refrigerated containers on a ship. We'll use a freight forwarder like Expeditors. Um, it will go to the port of Hamburg on CIF terms, and from there it will go to the forwarder's warehouse, and then from there on it's up to the distributor to pick it up and then uh, distribute it basically. HR requirements, we would require a logistics coordinator and an accountant, nothing major. Logistics coordinator would not just coordinate the logistics of the supply chain part of it, but would also be a point of contact to the distributor and have some customer service experience. The accountant would have to be experienced in export receivable accounting and payables. Uh, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you look at the financials, uh, the forecasted financials look pretty great. In the first year, we can expect somewhere close to $1 million in revenue, in net income, which is good. Uh, which is good. The revenues are steadily increasing at 2.8%. That's the average growth rate that we've used for this forecast. And as you can see, the net income is also steadily increasing, which is expected for a mature market like wine in Germany. Risk management, we will be using exposure netting to cover foreign exchange risk so that we don't have to face any conversion risk. So we will be accepting payments in USDs, and we also do our payables in USD. So that works out. Credit check on distributors definitely, and letter of credit while dealing with distributors so that we can manage our risk of default. So finally, my recommendations would be to attend trade shows, translator for labels because we'll have to have labels in German. Then we'll have to shortlist an experienced vendor for packaging and labeling, consult an oenologist for the certificate and report of for the wine, which is required by the European Union, and also obviously hire the personnel as recommended, the logistics coordinator and uh, the accountant. And yeah, that is it from my side. Hopefully, I didn't go too fast. I just wanted to make time, and I think I did make time. That's good. So yeah, thank you so much, Jim. It was a great experience. Although we weren't physically present to learn from you, but I enjoyed your videos, and it's been a great semester. Thank you.